And the relevance of all premises is always 1, because all premises allow us to deduce. Well, as it is monotonic, and there are an element that has relevance 1 and an element that has relevance 0, we can consider that it is a measure. For example, continue with the example of the preorder. For the set of premises antibody and smallpox, we get consequences antibody, smallpox, spot, fever, and 1. Well, we are going to calculate the relevance of the first premise and the second one. The first premise, antibody, allow us to deduce antibody, fever, and 1. There are 3 elements divided by all consequences that are 5. So the relevance of this premise will be 3 divided by 5. The relevance of the other premise is the number of consequences allow getting for that are antibody, smallpox, spot, fever, and 1. They are all consequences. So the relevance of that premises is 5 divided by 5, that is 1. So if we only do the consequences of the smallpox, we get the same consequences as if we do the consequences of P and the consequences of if we do the consequences of half smallpox, we get the same as if we do the consequences of smallpox and antibody. So we can get rid of antibody. Calculating a reduced set of premises can be done with an algorithm, a very simple algorithm, and in that way we get a possible set of reduced premises. Well, first of all, we have a set of premises, and we calculate the relevance for all these premises. So we put them in order. The premise that has biggest support is the premise that explains more consequences. So I select that premise and I put them in the set of reduced consequence. That's the yellow square. Then I take off this premise from the set of premises, and with the other premises, I computed a relative relevance that are the number of consequences don't explain by the premise in the set of reduced premises that allows to deduce it divided for all consequences doesn't explain by P1. And we repeat this process since we get a premise with relative support 1. And that will be when we have a set of premises that allow us to deduce the same consequences as the total set of premises. In that example,
let me ask you a question here. But it depends on the first election of P1.
yes, that's why it is not the set of reduced premises. It is a possible set of.
Yeah, because there could be more than one.
Yes.
There could be more than one solution.
Of course.
That you can reduce to
My
different.
question is if you have any criteria to select P1.
Yes.
The biggest
The biggest
relevance.
Okay.
That is for sure. But you can have several premises with the same relevance,
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
you have to choose one. You have P1 and P2 have relevance 1, then which one do you select?
I select one and maybe I can select the other and the set will be different. For example, in this sample, you have, is the other one in the paper, with premises C, D, and not A. First of all, we calculate the relevance for all premises, from C, from D, and from not A. So the premise with biggest relevance will be D. And I put this D into the set of reduced premises. And now we calculate the relative relevance to the other two premises. To the premise C is here. That will be the number of consequences that allow, no, the number of consequences deduced from C that are not deduced from D. D allow us to deduce D, not D, not A, D, and 1. So C allow us to deduce C, and F allow us to deduce two consequences divided by two consequences that are those consequences that are not consequences from D. And the relevance relative from not A is 0 because not A allow us only to deduce 1, and 1 is deduced by D, so it don't give us any information. And doing that algorithm, the set of reduced premises will be CD. Well, but it is not unique. I found what it's very simple to find subset of premises that has less element than P and allow us to deduce the same, but are not equal. For example, with the operator CPOINT, for the same premises, we get relevance for each premise and relevance for each two premises. And the subset with C and D and the subset with C and not A has relevance 1. So we can change P for CD or for C not A. Analogously to support, we can find a partition into the set of premises. We can define a class of a premise as those elements that have the same support. Or even we can find a partition in the set of subset of P, the power set, because defining the class of a subset those subsets that has the same support, the same relevance. It's same. Measure for partial hypothesis. That's another block into this presentation. We talk about measure from consequences and from premise, but now we are going to talk about about measures from partial hypothesis and premise, counting how many partial hypotheses support each premise or subset of premises, and